welcome to my video, Perfect Your Pincha, and this video is dedicated to Pincha Mariasin, aka Feather Peacock Pose, aka Forearm Stand, aka one of the top 3 Instagram darlings. And if you're a little like, I feel like I know what you're talking about, but not really, it's the pose where you or someone you know or someone that you see on Instagram is on their forearms and their leg is over their head. Pincha is a arm balance and an inversion because you're balancing on your arms, your hips are over your head. And while this is typically considered a level 2, 3 plus advanced pose, the exercises that we are going to cover today will not only help deepen and strengthen your pincha, but they're also going to carry over for other poses like forearm plank, dolphin pose, which you'll see later, high plank, tabletop, bridge, any poses that involve shoulder flexion, any poses that acquire a lot of like inner thigh and glute activation and just the coordination of arms and legs. Today, all you're gonna be needing is a tennis ball, and if you don't have a tennis ball, a foam roller will do. A little physio ball, little Pilates ball, just a little ball that's kind of squeezy. A yoga block, foam or block, cork, and then a resistance band. If you don't have resistance bands, you can use a dumbbell. We're gonna be doing a variety of exercises, everything from muscle releasing to strengthening. And so grab all your props and let's get started. The first exercise that we're gonna do, we are gonna be releasing our forearms. So a lot of people think your forearms are the ones that do all the work in Pincha. Really, that's not the case. It's more of your shoulders and your inner thighs. But your forearms and your palms need to be relaxed so that way they can really grip and you can press into the floor. So the first thing we're gonna do, you're gonna take the tennis ball in your hand and you're gonna place it on a block or some kind of stable surface. If you're on a foam roller, you place this on a foam roller. You're gonna place the ball in your hand and you're just gonna take your wrist up and down. So we're flexing and extending the wrist here. And what's cool about having the hand on the forearms, you'll get to feel your forearm muscles working, and it also just to help ensure that we're just isolating the wrist. And then you're also going to take your wrist side to side here, and again, with your hand on your wrist, you're ensuring that just your wrist is moving and you get to feel those muscles working. And then you're also going to make some circles. I like to call this tracing a clock. So you're trying to hit each number on a clock, making sure that we're going both ways. Kind of want to do everything about 10 times. This is also a great warm-up for any time you're doing a very vigorous vinyasa class or anything where we're going to spend a lot of time on your hands. Good, and then after that, you've done everything 10 times. You're going to place the ball on your yoga block, and then you're just going to roll and massage your forearm. And you can just kind of go around working up and down those forearm muscles. And then once you're done with that, you'll just kind of know when you've had enough. You're going to just roll around and in the palm of your hand. You can even roll into those fingers a little bit. I sometimes like to stretch my fingers over the ball. Good. And then you're going to do that to the other side. Our next exercise is going to release our upper back. And you're going to kind of place it right where our heart rate monitor would go. You're going to place your hands behind your head. And you're just going to take your head down. And then you're going to curl it up a little bit. So you're going to do little thoracic crunches. Good. Try to keep the elbows out of the eyes. We're just about creating more space. Good. Again, we're going to do that about 10 times. And then we're going to go side to side. So you're going to rotate, bring that elbow, think about reaching that elbow down to the floor. Rotate, elbow reaches down to the floor, up, center. Just going to rotate, up. And then you're going to take a moment to just let it all hang out. And then from here, if you had a foam roller, this would be a great time to roll out your lats, because we're all about creating space and freeing up the back muscles so our shoulders can do their job properly in our pincha. Our next set of exercises is going to be shoulder strengthening exercises. We're talking a lot about shoulders today because shoulders are one of the main primary movers of pincha. So the first thing we're going to do, you're going to take a block and you're going to kind of squeeze it and place it between your palms. You're going to feel your forearms and your chest kind of say hello. And you're going to think about bringing the block down and up over your head. So I'm going to take a moment here to draw awareness to the core and the legs. So the belly is slightly engaged, a little drawn in and up. Inner thighs are spiraling towards each other and you're squeezing those thighs and those glutes. Good. Now you're going to add on to this. You're going to bring the block down and then we're just going to do simple curls here. Strengthening those biceps. So we're getting used to being in this flexed position of the elbow joint here. Good. And now you're going to put it all together. You're going to curl, reach up, and down. Curl up. You want to go up as high as you can without letting your elbows straighten all the way. Good. So this is going to get your pecs a little bit. Again, going to help keep you stable. Then we're also working on our shoulder mobility here. Speaking of shoulder mobility, we're going to move on to our next exercise, halos, where you draw the block around your head like you're tracing a halo. Again, we're trying to keep that lower body still and stable, strong, inner thigh spiraling in. You're going to go 10 times each direction. Your circles can be as big or small as you need to without the rest of your body going all like weebly wobbly and doing the hula. After you do 10 each way, you're going to take your block up. You're going to bend your elbows and straighten. We're going to do a little tricep exercise here. So your triceps do quite a bit of work as well in your pincha, so we need to strengthen them. Let that go. Again, you're going to do about 10. And then you're going to grab your resistance band. You're going to step in the middle of your band. Have your legs about hip width apart. And you're going to bend your knees and you're going to hinge forward. And we're going to do a row. So we're focusing on our back muscles here. So then you're going to initiate the movement with the shoulder blades, not the biceps. So the shoulder blades start, then the biceps come up. Good. So shoulders, then elbows, and down. Pulling it up, squeezing. I like to think that I'm squeezing a blueberry or something between my shoulder blades. Good. Again, you can do about 10 of these. So besides the shoulders, I've been talking a lot about inner thighs and the connection to our inner thighs and why that's important. So if you've seen a lot of pictures of pincha or people share their pincha practice, they're always talking about the banana back, which is the woof kind of spine. So it's really curved there in the lower spine. The inner thighs are going to help counteract that. So while your core works in pincha, works in like everything you do, the inner thighs really help you to activate those lower abs. They work together along with the pelvic floor, and it just helps keep that back from banana and bowing. So if we think about squeezing those inner thighs and they're strong and we're kind of like squeezing them together, you're going to get it. So to practice that, you're going to take that ball between your legs, you're going to angle yourself back, and you're just going to do some ball squeezes. Nothing fancy here. Sometimes the simplest exercises are the most effective. People always think you have to get super fancy, and you don't have to. Again, after you do this about 10 times, you're just going to take your leg out and in. Trying to keep that ball from going side to side. reaching the toes towards the sky or towards the wall in front of you. Good. And again, you're gonna do this 10 times, so each side counts as 1. And then you're gonna flip it over. Now we're gonna kind of put everything together, the inner thigh activation and being on our forearms. So we're gonna start on our forearms, the ball's between our knees, and we're just gonna hold a forearm plank. So you can see by squeezing the ball, I'm not sinking down. My lower body is activated, it's not lazy, and I'm gonna be in that nice, what I call broomstick back. So it means I can balance a broomstick down my back. Here we go. We have the basic for our Pincha. So we have a forearm plank. And then we can move on into dolphin pose. So just like in our forearm plank, we're gonna do forearm dolphin with the ball between our legs. So our ball is being squeezed almost like we can pop it, and we're just gonna hang out here. Sometimes I just like to hang out in poses and just feel my body. So I wanna make sure that I'm not collapsing down into my shoulders, but I'm pressing my elbows and my palms down into the shoulders, and I am kind of really just flexing those muscles. My tailbone is going up towards the sky. Good. Another way you can find out if you're doing your arms are right for dolphin, you're gonna go right up and you would be in your down dog. Yeah? And then to move into your dolphin, you would just bend your elbows. That's a great way to also build tricep strength as well. Here's a little bonus move. You can do a dynamic down dog to dolphin pose. And do that about 10 times and feel it. Next up, our last exercises are coordination exercises. So these exercises pretty much just put all the moving parts together and get you used to being on your forearms and dynamically shifting your hips and your legs up over so you can get that inversion. The first thing we're gonna do, I call these dolphin plank walks. You're gonna start in your forearm plank, right? Finding that setup as we did earlier, and then you're gonna walk your feet in as close as you can towards your elbows, and then you're gonna walk them back down. So this helps you to work the abs, which you need a little bit of engagement with in your Pincha, but also gets you used to getting your hips forward, shifting that weight forward to help you clear, to make your legs go up. I like to think that my shoulder blades are going forward towards my hands. Good. Do that about 10 times, and then you're gonna move on to the next exercise. Our legs have walked up to our hips. Now, the next step to fully go into that Pincha is to get the legs up. Go back down to your dolphin pose. Finding that setup from earlier, we're pressing the forearms, the elbows down, we're not collapsing and winging through the shoulder blades. Good, now from here, all you do is lift the leg up and down. You're just practicing being on one leg and getting one leg up over the hips. After you feel comfortable doing this, you can begin to add a hop. So walk those feet in, you're gonna press off one leg, bring it down. You can even start by bending your knees and pressing up. Think about flicking the supporting leg. Think about flicking that foot, and someone pulls that top leg up over my head. And I'm trying to find that suspension.